Well, you know. Yeah, man. So.
Well, every time I see your last name, I think of Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, that's why we had to put the full name. It was Keegan Bernie Dyke. And then we were like, no, we're going to do the Bernie Dyke. It's going to be the Bernie Dyke show. That's how we're going to do it. So, all right, fuck it. We're on. We're live. Hey, welcome to the Bernie Dyke Podcast. Nice little late Memorial Day weekend episode or early, late night, whatever we're doing. It doesn't matter. Tonight, I got a good friend of mine. Met him at our gym, Joe Dopita. So he is a good friend of mine. I meet him pretty much every morning at the gym. He's there. He's probably been there 35 minutes to an hour before I get there, and he's there, well, he's there a lot. So I wanted to bring him on today. He actually works for T-Mobile, one of their top performers. He's a sales guy, and, I'm a sales guy, I thought it would be good to get him on here so we could ask him some questions about the industry and, how much they're not telling us, how much they're slowing our shit down, if he's got a little knob back there at the spot.
We just hit the button.
Yeah, you just hit the button, you didn't pay the bill, I'll knock him down a peg. So, welcome, Joe. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Finally, we got this going.
We've been swinging at this for a while now. I'm glad, Bob's out of the way now. Rest in peace, Bob, out there in San Diego in the waves. He's having too much fun. But what's it? I was gonna work. Actually, T-Mobile was the place that I was trying to get into a few times as sales because I didn't want to be outside. I was doing windshields, going door to door, and my feet were burning right off my legs. So I was literally just wanted to get inside of a building, and I kept getting into it was T-Mobile was popping up a lot where I was at the time. So I think I might even filled out an app at one of the places, but. What's it like working in the cell phone place?
Well, benefits are great. So that's one thing right off the bat. You get your discount on your cell phone plan. You get the access to the latest and greatest right away, of course. Those are some of them right off the bat. But you believe it or not, medical is really good for that company. It's better than most people I know that even work in healthcare.
Well, they're pretty big now, right? Is it fair to say that it's not just a big three, that you're kind of creeping into making it a big four at this point?
Well, compared to Sprint, we destroyed them now. So, that's why they're, looking to merge with Sprint, so that's a big thing right now. We'll see if it actually gets approved, though. Department of Justice, I guess, is trying to put the kibosh on that right now, so we'll see. The FCC chairman came out and said that he approved of it, so...
So it sounds like Verizon and AT&T are greasing some palms over there trying to stop that merger. They don't want that.
Well, yeah, if it happens, T-Mobile would go from a far distant number 3 to within a quarter or two of the results we've been having to passing AT&T. Wow. So we'd originally pop up and possibly pass AT&T at that point. So
you heard that, man. You guys, can you buy stock? You can buy stock in T-Mobile and all that.
Yeah, actually, they give us free stock every year. For being an employee, just for being there, and then they actually have an option as an employee you can buy stock at a discounted rate. So.
Oh yeah, I get that too. That's a nice
little perk. Yeah, you can make even if you just buy in and just sell it, you make a ton of money every time.
So you've been buying stock?
Oh yeah, I always do that every year.
That's good. That's good.
I buy it and then as soon as it's done, I flip it and make some extra money on the side. It helps.
So you get. The perks you were saying, you get a lot of the devices and stuff, so...
It depends. Not everybody. It depends on your performance. So if you're a top performer, for instance, I became an Apple advocate for the store, so I got my choice. Apple gave us the choice of which iPhone we wanted. So, of course, naturally, we're going to get the XS Max, the biggest one,
yeah.
The biggest, most expensive one, because after a year of using it, guess what happens to that? That becomes sell. You make that money and, flip it.
So, all right, so you got the Apple 10, and then that's the 10S, you said?
XS Max, iPhone XS Max, and then on my other phone, my work phone, I have an Android, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus.
Okay, I like where you were showing me what you had made the little where the camera is on the front. So it's got 2 cameras on the front.
So 2 cameras on the front. So people a lot of times think like there's two separate cameras on that are actually doing two separate things, and it's not, unfortunately. So one's just a wide angle camera and the other is a depth sensor for those like portrait mode selfies where it blurs out the background and all that junk. And you know, if you're into the selfie game, I guess that's a big perk, but you know, if you look at that in comparison to the other S10s, it's the exact same camera.
Yeah, you showed me the wide angle on the
on
back of the camera, and I mean, it was, if you're holding the phone like this, it's catching your hand like,
yeah, in the frame.
You're catching it like right here. It was pretty cool. You took it. It got almost my entire living room off like, and you really were facing the wall almost.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty.
Oh
good.
yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
What one? What do you? What phone, man? Tell me.
If I had to pick one, of course, I'm an Apple shill. True, you know, when it comes to that, it's because iMessage, the watch, you know, the Mac, you know, the whole ecosystem, you know, the family have an Apple, iMessage, FaceTime.
Kids got the iPad.
Yeah, kids have the iPad, so I can, you know, monitor what they're doing with, they have an app called Screen Time where you can adjust, like, how often they can get on, you can kick them off at certain times, you can limit what kind of apps they actually use, so there's a whole lot you can do, granular controls to limit what they can actually do, which is pretty great because, you know, as a parent, you want to watch what your kids are doing.
Yeah, yeah. But
especially with my kids.
How do you feel, what do you feel the better phone is? Because like you're telling me, I get it because I'm the same way. Everything's
ecosystem.
Apple, but phone to phone.
Well, I mean, if price was a concern, like if you're worried about money-wise, Android definitely has cheaper and better options, bang for the buck, no doubt. Like there's a company that T-Mobile just picked up, OnePlus. The OnePlus 7 Pro just came out. That phone's $700, has all screen, no notch, no like hole punch, none of that garbage, and it has a pop-up selfie camera. And it's 6.67 inch screen, so it's all screen, better screen quality than any screen on the market right now for $700. Whereas, you know, the iPhone's $1,100, the Galaxy S10 Plus is $1,000, so, you know, you're getting a significantly lower price for a phone that has newer technology, better technology.
If you had to compare those two phones, because those are pretty.
Yeah, these are the, you know, the people are either into Apple or they're into Samsung in the most part in America. Unfortunately.
So which one are you picking between the two? If you don't count the outside ecosystem at all, just phone to phone.
I would, for consistency's sake and long-term reliability, it's got to be Apple because of the updates. You know, the updates are the biggest thing. You know, you get your software updates, you know, 3, 4, 5 years out. This Galaxy S10, as nice as it is right now, a year from now, it won't be getting no damn software updates. You know, that's the problem. You know, your phone, and if it does, it's probably going to glitch out your phone, and it's going to be laggy, and the battery life's going to be garbage. So that's the whole thing with Android. It's always a crapshoot with the updates, what you're going to get and what it's going to do to your phone, and then you're stuck with it. So whereas Apple, at least if they mess something up, they fix it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're really into that, the tech end of it, and that you want to stay up on customizing it and making sure that it's.
Yeah, if you're flipping your phone every year, then stick with Android then. But if you're like going to keep your phone for a few years, then you probably want to stick with an Apple.
Yeah.
So it depends on, you know, if you plan on resale value. So resale value.
But those fuckers will get you though. I remember like I had just bought this, and at the time it was a very expensive. I mean, it's still not cheap even if I were to sell it right now used, but it was like $3,000 for this computer.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I got the watch, I got the phones, I got the computer. I got the iPads, I have everything, right? And I remember I came home one day and I had bought Deadpool had just come out on DVD, like that day, and I had to have it. So I bought Deadpool and I had it on iTunes. And I wanted to watch it on my TV that night. And I couldn't watch it on my TV. Because I didn't have Apple TV.
That's where you fucked up.
But that's where they fuck with you too, because it's not even a TV. They're not even such. They sell you a little box. So like it's like here's our box for $200 on top of it, so that you I was so fucking pissed, and I ended up running HDMI all the way out. Yeah, I was steaming. But
so you're smart enough to figure that out. Most people would be like, fuck it.
They got me. I told you about the watch the other day. I broke the watch. I dropped the watch finally, and again, this is Series 1 watch. I got it as a gift. it's been great for me. I love this watch, and it was already fading out. The screen was kind of fading. I beat the shit out of this thing. I banged it off granite countertops. I don't,
Yeah,
you
no
know,
babying
yeah,
your watch, yeah.
absolutely not. So, just the other day, my dad was saying that he has one, a newer one, but he doesn't use it because he feels like he's gonna break it. He's a mover, and I totally understand. You know, his nickname's Shrek, and I'm technically Shrek Jr. I do break a lot of stuff as well, but he wasn't going to use it. So I said, all right, well, send it to me because I'll wear it. This one was fading out. I said, this one's probably going to die on me. And I dropped it the other day. Well, I was going to give it to Crystal. So now I'm like, well, I don't just want to throw the watch away because I shattered the screen. So I look it up, and it's $162 to fix it. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Because I'm going to give her the watch. She can run the watch, which I know her. She barely charges her phone, so she'll use it for about a day. And then it'll fucking sit in a drawer somewhere. But she can have the watch. That's what I'm thinking. So I go take it in, and this is like a week before Mother's Day. So I get the watch fixed, $162. So now my sister and I are thinking, shit, what are we going to get my mom? Well, you know, God, she needs one of these watches. She doesn't have a watch yet. So we decide we're going to split it. So I look them up online, and they're $200 for a Series 3.
Yep.
And I'm like, you motherfucker. So I think this size, it was like $230 or something. So I was like, well, shit. So we bought it, but it's like Apple's got you by the balls, man, because
if you break it,
there's no like, oh, I got a good deal.
Oh, they fuck you even worse on the phones. If you break the new phones,
oh yeah,
holy shit! Like if you break the front of the screen, the front of the iPhone XS Max, or any of the iPhone 10 series, you break the front of the glass, $380 fix. The back, because they soldered the motherboard onto the back of the glass, they got to replace your entire phone, and the minimum charge is $550.
No.
Yeah, dead serious.
Even with insurance?
Without insurance.
Oh, without insurance.
Without insurance. So that's why, like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to get insurance. Well, unless you have Apple Care or, you know, even repair shops will tell you, because I work closely with some of the repair shops, and yeah, it's still super expensive, man.
So what you're saying is on that phone, on the new iPhone 10, if y'all don't have insurance on your phone, at least for a year or so, you probably should go put the insurance on the phone to make the shit cheaper.
Yeah.
But we're going to get a new one to drop in a few months?
September will be the new iPhones. In August, will probably be the new Samsung Notes. And maybe the Fold will be around that time, too, hopefully.
Oh, that fucking thing, though.
That looks sick.
It looks cool, but it's not working right?
Well, there was an issue with it. Basically, the adhesive that was on the front of the screen, people thought it was a screen protector.
That fucker
yeah,
off.
they thought it was a screen protector because they're morons. Or they just want to rip stuff off of something they didn't buy.
Why are you putting that on there?
Well, they're putting it on there. It's basically a protective layer to adhere the screen so it doesn't move when it's unfolding and folding. It's an adhesive.
Don't fucking put something to give people, like, don't.
Yeah, I know. That's what people said, too. They're like, there wasn't any warning in the box. They said the retail units had a warning. But regardless, it was a dumbass idea. So that's why supposedly, from what they're saying, is that they actually made it the entire size of the front screen. So, like, the entire screen is completely covered now. So there's not, like, a pull tab where you can just pull it off like before. And that was kind of the issue, is people were just pulling it because it looked like a screen protector.
Fucking dumbass.
And then there was dust getting inside the hinge, too. That was the other issue. So supposedly they fixed that. So, like, if you just put the old Fold inside your pocket and you just had dust in your pocket, which is natural, you would break your phone.
So for anybody that's listening that doesn't know what the Fold is, it's basically a phone that folds in half to be like a normal phone. Kind of like when you used to have the phone that flipped open and had the keyboard back in the day, except now when you flip that thing open, that bitch on the other side is going to be a tablet. The whole thing's going to be like a tablet.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I mean...
Yeah, the perspective of it is the outside 4.6-inch screen, and then when you open it up, it turns into a 7.3-inch screen. So, like, a little perspective, that 7.3-inch screen is, like, the same as, like, an iPad mini, basically.
They just need to make the phone so that it collapses into itself. So, like...
Kind of like a Razr phone? Like the old Razr flip phones?
No, like... So, like, you can, like... Hit tablet mode and, like, it clicks and opens up, and then it like becomes a tablet, and then you just fold it back in. You like.
Oh, I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure they're working on it.
It'll be. Oh, I like the old. You ever watch the video House Made of Glass?
Mm-mm.
When we're done, I'll show you. I'll try to remember to show you. It's by Corning, I think, and it's incredible. Like the whole house is like probably what Bill Gates' house looks like. Like they just like roll out some plastic and it's like tablet and it can like control like a bunch of stuff on the wall. It looks like some Black Mirror shit.
Oh, Minority Report.
Oh, just some wild stuff. Yeah, but it's a legit like they made it already. Corning Glass is like they've made it so that like you can do all that stuff.
That's what's on all the screens
Right.
of all these phones.
Exactly.
Corning.
So yeah, that's dude, phones, man. I mean, they're a huge part of our life. It's crazy.
Yeah, everybody needs one. They can't go without them. That's the biggest thing, you know, that and now the Bluetooth, because they're removing the headphone jack, so you gotta get those AirPods. You gotta get those
I love my
Beats.
AirPods. I love them, man. They're great. They're great. I mean, you know, I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, they're great. Over 200 degrees in the sauna." So like, I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool. I'm rocking them bitches in the sauna the other day, and me, I move too much or something. The bottoms got the little metal on them though for the charger and the thing. Man, I was burning my cheek, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. I was like, I'm burning my cheek." There's the little something about Mary semen ears that you got going on with those fucking things. But they're great though. I like them. They work really well. So I'm not knocking them at all. No, I'm not mad at all. Fuck it. I'll probably buy a second pair eventually. Like Crystal have a pair. But those are great. So you had a good year last year.
Yeah.
For what you do, and you're a salesman
Yeah.
at the spot. So you've gotten more phones in the last 6 months than I've had in a couple years. Well, I get a lot of phones too, but what'd you get? Top performer?
Yeah, I was top 1% in the company. So yeah, I got the all expenses paid trip to Puerto Rico. So
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, for 5 days. Yeah.
And you got to take your lady with you?
Yep. Yeah, that was good times. Good times. They gave us all types of free shit the entire time there, and $800 spending money to spend on whatever we want. Trip was paid for. Hotels paid for.
Shit.
Yeah. DJ Khaled.
I was gonna say y'all had a concert. So did he sneak any of the new stuff? Like, probably not. He probably didn't.
He was just doing his. Like,
especially not with y'all fucking all the tech people over there. Like,
everybody was.
That shit would have been uploaded to Twitter in 2 seconds.
I filmed it too. I was drunk as fuck sitting there holding the phone.
So that's
free drinks
cool.
too the whole time.
DJ Cal was there. That's pretty wild.
It was cool. Yeah, we had some big town halls. They were telling us a lot about, what T-Mobile did to help Puerto Rico. I didn't realize they did so much. They spent billions of dollars of their own money, to help the infrastructure.
Yeah, because they had that big storm or whatever.
Yeah, the hurricane really wiped them out real bad. And they've done a lot to rebuild the whole, state, or it's kind of like a mini country basically, but still part of the U.S. technically.
So it was neat, huh? You had a good time with
Oh
them.
yeah, it was great. Great time, man. A lot of people doing things that they would get in trouble for. Lots of that.
I noticed that shit in where were we? Bahamas. Not in Bermuda. Bermuda was not. I mean, the shit's happening everywhere. But the Bahamas, it seemed pretty clean cut. And then we went out one night at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning. And one of the guys was like, "Man, I need some air." We were gambling in the casino. And when you come out the back of the casino, it brings you kind of toward the front where the concierge is, where you pull up to Atlantis. We're at Atlantis. So we walk outside, and dude goes to step out to smoke a cigarette. And I see 3 girls, women. It's 3 in the morning. They're hookers. They're definitely the women of the night. And the women of the night were out there howling at the moon. And then there was this crazy, I don't know what he was, but he was just chilling there, and he was selling cocaine. And he wasn't even being shy about it. And I was just standing there, between the 2 dudes, I don't know if they're security or bellhop for the place or what. And I was like, wow, man, y'all just let that go down, huh? And they both turned at me, and they're like, let what go down? And I was like,
No.
People out here not using ashtrays, bro. They ain't flicking on the ground. They're flicking cigarettes. I was like, I'm gonna go inside to the room. I'm gonna go inside before I get chopped up in fucking seriously. Bahamas. It was crazy, bro. I was like, he looked at me like, you must be out your fucking mind asking me a question like that. I was like, I must be out my fucking mind. I gotta get out of here. Well, I almost got robbed coming out of there. When we left I think it was that night, the next morning, dude, it was the last night we were there. I was there with a bunch of dudes that I did the windshields with. I don't know how I keep coming back to the windshields. But like I was a top performer for fucking, I came in for like 3 weeks and they were like, God damn, this kid, I was walking around doing door to door. Like, bro, I would go to, they would give me like a T. We called it a T. And this shit was crazy, bro. Like, it was like, I got scouted. And I don't even remember how I got scouted, but I got scouted by this dude, and we went and had a meeting. I don't know how I met him. I cannot remember how I met him, but somehow he talked me into quitting my job at the car dealership. Obviously, I didn't want to fucking work there anymore. I was done with it. And I went with him, and I remember we went to like a Starbucks, and we went somewhere in like a grocery store. And he explained to me how the plan worked. And I think I might have found a job online. I don't remember how it worked out. But I quit my job, and I went to work for these dudes because I was like, all right, I can make $45 a windshield. All I need you to have is a chip in your windshield or a crack in your windshield, and you need to have insurance, which most of the fucking people in the state have to have insurance. Yeah. And if you have full coverage, most of the 80, time 90% it's glass, right? It's like Geico and Progressive are the only two, and there's a bunch of other insurance companies. So as long as they have one of those other ones, or they happen to have glass deductible, no $500 deductible, you get it. So I take the job, I knock it out of the fucking park. Like, you basically just walk business to business and you hustle them. Like, you walk in, first place I come into T-Mobile, I'd hit all you, hey guys, we're fixing windshields at no cost. Anybody got chips in their windshield? And a lot of people, like, they know the pitch, so they're like, get the fuck out of here. But I'll figure that out, so I would be like, what was your name, man? Be like, oh, I'm Joe. I'd be like, all right, man. And I would head down like a store or two down, and I would go in and I'd be like, hey, what's going on, man? We're coming in here on Friday. We're fixing Joe down at T-Mobile. He's got a little chip in his windshield. We're getting him a new one, no cost. But we just want to check with you guys. Figure we'd do as many as we can while we're out here. We got like 2 or 3 chips. And I just started nodding, and I was good at the shit, dude. So
I heard about some places were able to do it where they would pay you.
Oh, they do it. Yeah, they pay it. So what it is
like,
they basically
I'll give you $50 to fix your
they get like the recycled glass, some generic shit, and they bill the insurance. Because like I had to call your insurance and like walk through the whole process and make the insurance claim. And after that, like they would send out our crew. And how it works is basically they put the glass in. So if they're getting cheap glass and they're charging your insurance company $600, $700 for the windshield, but the windshield costs them $200 or $150.
Yeah, it's all profit.
Yeah, then they don't give a fuck. So those places, that's why they'll pay you $100 because they're still making $300-$400 off each windshield or whatever, and then paying the guy out. So I'd make $45 a windshield. So I crushed it. And like in the morning, you would come into this place and you'd meet up in this room, and we called it the Impact Room. And it was a bunch of kids, a lot of them in like college and stuff like that. They were doing like sports marketing. That was the scam. They'd write sports marketing in the thing. And like, because they also sold these like golf certificates, like golf certs and haircut certs, and they typically push the girls over to do that stuff, and then the dudes would do windshields. It was always smoking hot girls, bro. Every week it was like a bunch of pretty fucking girls that had no clue what they were walking into, and they would come in and they'd have to like meet with us in this Impact Room, and you would be in there and they would say shit like juice, man, and they'd fucking high five, and like you had to come in with this like crazy high energy, and you and I would practice pitching. Like you'd be the customer, I'd be the fucking crazy dude, and then we'd flip, and we'd do this for like an hour and a half, an hour. Like, we would have a meeting, we would all talk, stand up, like, it was all super high energy because they knew you were about to go outside and get your ass broken by every single fucking person that you walk. You're going to hear 100 no's a day, bro. 100. Yep. And, like, I didn't give a fuck. I was a car salesman. I was used to that shit. So I was like, come on, baby, I just gotta get through the nose. And so like after the first month, they're like, all right, he's a leader. And they made me a leader of the group. And then they had this leaders trip that they were doing to the Bahamas. And it was like from all around the country. Like, this is a big deal, bro. Like these dudes, some of these dudes were making bank. And my buddy that still does it, Chris Ruin, that motherfucker makes some money. But
All from the glass?
oh yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know, like if you've had to switch up shit to stay off the radar, because I know they gotta like move shit around, because it's kind of, you're fucking making insurance claims like left and right all day long. That's what you're doing. You're hiring a bunch of dudes to run around and make insurance claims. So I'm sure that doesn't make the insurance companies very happy.
No, I'm sure not.
Even though it's, you know, it's good that it's getting done, because most people just don't fucking bother to do it. So those guys coming in are kind of like a blessing. So long story long, they pick one person or two leaders and or three leaders or whatever it was, and the manager to go to the Bahamas. So like there's a bunch of us that go to the Bahamas to stay at Atlantis, and they pick me as the new guy to go. I've been there a month. I don't know any of these fucking people. When we leave, I forget my cell phone.
Oh, shit.
Never forgot my cell phone ever in my whole life, ever again either. And I forgot it that time. I realized that day we don't know fucking numbers. Nobody knows any numbers.
Yeah,
I'm heading out of the country.
Oh, Jesus.
Bro, and we're getting tanked the whole time. Crystal's not coming. Crystal's here. This is a work trip. I met 22-year-old kids that were buying like $300,000 Audis for their parents.
Oh, shit.
I got blinded. It was a wild trip. So when we were leaving after the crazy night, I'm so hungover I can't even think. We stop at a McDonald's, and these dudes all, like a bunch of the people get out of the van, they go to like some fucking island food place, whatever. I'm like, no. I'm fucking drunk still, and I'm hungover. I need some McDonald's. I need fucking gross food in my stomach, and I need to get on the plane. Yeah, I need to get the fuck on the plane with pink slime in my gut and get home. So I go into McDonald's, bro, and it is packed. I've never seen anything like it. All the way to the door, there's just people, and most of them are from the island. So I wait in line for forever, and I'm almost to the front, and these two dudes behind me start freaking out. And they start talking mad shit, and like they want to get in front of me. And like I got my passport in my pocket, my wallet in my pocket, I'm by myself. And these dudes are getting wild behind me. And there's a dude in front of me getting weird. He's like looking like a homeless dude with a straw hat on. He just starts getting weird. He gets the fuck out of my way. I get up to the counter. They won't help me. They just keep looking at me like, bro, like I actually, for a split second, and I don't want to say that I felt what racism was like, because it wasn't racism. I mean, it was what it was. They didn't say anything derogatory, but like they all fucking looked at me. I was probably like one of the only white people in the entire room, and they were like, "No, we ain't helping you right now." Like they just ignored me, and the dudes behind me were freaking the fuck out, and I'm like holding the key in my pocket, like I'm gonna jab one in the neck. You get my passport, bro. I'm getting on that bus and I'm getting to the fucking plane, and like my dudes showed up behind me from the restaurant. That's how long I was in there. They left the restaurant, bro.
Wow.
And I was at McDonald's. Couldn't get through the line. And they come in and they're like, "Kiggs, you alright?" And like the two dudes look back and they see, like they were pressing me I was up against the counter, and the counter was like this into my stomach. It was indenting into my stomach because they had me pressed. I thought I was about to get robbed.
Yeah.
And these dudes like were like, "What's up, y'all good?" And I like turned around and was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then like them dudes saw that we had like 4 dudes to back and they didn't want to smoke. And all of a sudden the chick was like, "Let me get your order." It was like fucking collusion, bro. Like they were getting ready to take my soul. That was a fun trip. That was a crazy trip though. Like, oh man, yeah. Drinking rum in the airport, coming out of customs and shit. Yeah, it was good times. So I'm sure you had a great time. It was Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, it was Puerto Rico. It was a good time, but nothing too crazy because you know when you got your significant other with you, you can't get too crazy, you know.
No, I don't know, because when I take my significant other with me, sometimes it tends to get even more crazier than if had I gone by myself the whole time. I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't got my old lady with me. I should be good. I'm gonna fucking do something stupid, and I'm gonna get in trouble for it and feel guilty. I'm just gonna be good and be easy tonight. When she's with me, and I'm like, maybe we should. She's like, we should just keep going. I'm like, yeah, let's keep going. You know, it never works out like that for us. But I mean, but we don't have kids. Like,
Yeah.
Y'all have kids. You have
kids change everything.
So we got 2 kids, right?
2 kids, 2 boys.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I got a 11-year-old and a 5-year-old. So the 5-year-old, he just turned 5 on the 14th. Man, they both have autism.
Both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Different kinds, similar.
Well, that's the thing is with autism, it's a spectrum, is what they call it. So like, there's a wide range of different functionalities of kids that have autism. Have you ever seen that show, The Good Doctor? It's on television.
Yeah.
So that's like super high functioning autism. Like, you know, he's able to, you know, not only hold a job, but go to school, finish college, get a PhD. Like, you know, he's a freaking genius in certain ways, and then in other ways, like socially, it's very awkward.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with my kids, like, I would say, I don't know, like, how to really rate them in that regard, but they're definitely not PhD level, that's for damn sure, you know.
But they're still young.
They're young. I mean, he's 11, you know, my oldest is 11, my youngest is 5. My 5-year-old's nonverbal, so he doesn't talk at all. So as of right now, he has they call it an Ogcom device, is what it's called. It's an iPad, basically, and he could just go in and touch the pictures, and then that allows him to speak through the device. Now, my older son, he does speak, but it's not like us having a conversation right now. It's like bits and pieces of a conversation, basically. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. Definitely.
Well, there was the youngest one, right? He was here.
Yeah.
And at first he was a little uncomfortable, I think, until he got the dogs, I think, rushed him out. But then toward the end, it was like they were all a pack on the couch, man. They were all together. Just like, ah! Like, they would jump up, and he was up, and they were all looking around the house, and he was like, he got into it at the end. So that was cool. It was cool to have him over here one night. But I wanted to bring that up because, to me, it just is crazy. Dude, I bust my ass to get up, to go to the gym early, to be able to get my day going at a reasonable hour, to be able to make the money to do whatever I want to do. And the fact that you have 2 of them, 2 kids, I don't even have 1 kid, you have 2 kids, both of them that have autism, so you're having to do therapy meetings, you're having to do, you know, there's a lot more that goes into it than just making sure they go to school.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, actually both of them are not in school right now, so it's even more
So that's
taxing. So, like, my oldest is homeschooled
Okay.
with my parents right now, so he doesn't even go to school, but he has therapy, 4 times a week.
Okay.
2 speech, 1 feeding, and then 2 occupational therapies. And my youngest has 2 speech and then 2 occupational therapies. So that's a lot of damn appointments on a weekly basis.
How do you do it, man? How do you find the time to get up in the morning and you're in the gym for 2 to 3 hours a day minimum? I mean, I see you.
Yeah, it's very much about planning everything ahead of time, like scheduling it, setting like 5 alarms so I don't sleep through my alarms, and just making sure everything's regimented. Like, I have to schedule everything. Like, I can't just say, oh, like, well, I'm gonna go to the gym at this, whenever I feel like it. No, I have to get up at, like, to give an example, tomorrow I have to be in at work at 11, and it's till 7. So if I want to get to the gym, I have to, be up by 6 in order to get there by 7 to have enough time to get to the gym, to work out, and, shower and be able to go to work, and to get home at 7 o'clock and do the whole damn thing all over again. And that's just, this is actually one of those less complicated days because my girlfriend's off, from work,
Right.
tomorrow, so that helps.
Well, and you got a support system, so you
Yeah.
got the family.
Yeah, I got my family. I have my youngest son has an ABA therapist that comes to the house Monday through Thursday from, depending on what time I need her, till like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So sometimes when I come to the gym early, it's because she would come in and watch my son a little earlier so I can go.
That's nice, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a big help.
But I think the big thing there is planning.
Oh yeah, it's all planning.
You're
Everything's
making sure
planning.
that you got it all laid out. And I mean, shit, I had to shoot a couple options. I mean, this wasn't just like, hey, come over tonight, we'll do the podcast. Like, no, fucking no. No, I've been trying to do this we've known each other for a little bit now, and I have literally been talking about it. I think I was talking about it with you before I did it.
Yeah, before you started the podcast.
And so, like, you've been one of the main people consistent in my mind. We even shot that one podcast in the sauna that day.
Yeah.
I still have that audio somewhere on one of my phones, because we were sitting there, and did fucking old boy come in that day, or had he just left? Or
No, I think he had just left that fucking guy. I haven't seen him in a minute. Have you seen him?
Not that guy.
Not that guy?
No. Old Saggy Pants is still in there all the time. That shit kills me. Like, I always want to tell him, like, bro, you're not a medium in those whitey tighties. You're just not. You're like an extra small. You're a little dude. I'm a small man. I'm not a big guy. You're bigger than I am. I'm not a big guy. I'm a medium, and if I keep losing weight and getting in better shape, I'll probably be a fucking small before I keep messing around, which I'm cool with, because I'm tight and packed. But this fucking dude is like Gandhi. He looks like Gandhi.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like he with white hair. He got the hair. He didn't shave it yet, and he didn't wear the glasses. But this dude is just this little itty bitty thing, and he's wearing like a pair of mediums that are stretched out from fucking 1985.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
And I feel like I'm like, bro, how did you even get him to say, like, were you 100? Were you bigger? Did somebody hit you with a shrink ray? Like, how the fuck did you get them things sagging like that?
That's what I'm wondering.
And he ain't even sweaty, because he's so old. And I'm nothing against him. Like, I'm happy that he's at the gym taking care of himself. He can't get that sweaty.
Have you ever seen what he does when he works out? It's the most worthless workout. He might as well not even fucking be there.
But I would rather.
I mean, at least
he's there. Fuck it.
At least he comes. But But what he does is like, damn man, like at least like get a free personal training session or something, so you know what the fuck you're doing.
I think he's there for his wife.
Yeah, his wife's always there.
Because his wife's there. So
always there with him. Always. It's so funny.
So the other thing one of the things Joe and I wanted to talk about was sauna etiquette. And hold on one second, I just got to make sure something's going. Just so. All right, I think we're still going. All right, cool. Yeah. I gotta put a mirror up back there. So
that'd be a good idea.
I'm clever like that. MacGyver that shit. So, oh man, I got my drink's empty. You got water still. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Check this out.
Sauna etiquette.
Sauna etiquette. We gotta go to. For all y'all that are always giving me shit about my drinks, I'm gonna make one for you. Always asking me what's in my cup. Oh, shoot. Hey, Crystal.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna work right.
No. I don't know what she's doing. Damn. Well, so one of the big things is sauna etiquette that we want to talk about, and I'm gonna sprint out into the front room and get a bottle. I can't believe I forgot to bring that in. God damn it. Fuck. Guys, you gotta get the ginger off the bottom. That's a good ginger beer. That's spectacular ginger beer. So, one of Joe and I's biggest gripes with the gym is that we like the sauna. We both are big sauna etiquette guys. So, it's frustrating. Yeah, man, it's not your sauna. Like that's the thing that they don't understand is it's not your sauna. Hey, can you just make sure that's shut for me? So there was a guy for a while, and so like we all have pretty good etiquette. Like there are rules on the board. There's things that you can see, so you know, like what you can do. Did you see the new sign? Not to stray away from the sauna etiquette. We're gonna get back to that. The new sign, and I'll take a picture of it tomorrow, it says that transgender members and employees must The fuck? How did they word it?
I have not
They
seen that
must
scene.
use. It's right outside the sauna.
What?
They
When the fuck they
I don't
did
know. It's new. They said. I don't want to say must because it wasn't must. It was you're supposed to use the bathroom that you. What do I?
Well, you were born?
No.
No?
No.
Would you,
What I call myself? What's the word? I don't know why.
would
How come when you get a fucking mic in front of you, you can't think of any of the words that you're supposed to say? What I identify as?
Yeah, identify. Identify would be the proper word.
Yeah. So, it took me a while. At first, I read it like, nah, motherfucker, I don't care if you think you're a girl. If you got a wiener, you need to go into the men's room.
Yeah.
That's how I thought I first read that shit. Then, the more I had to read it, because I was in the sauna, so I was cooked. I was at that point where, like, in the beginning you don't sweat, and all of a sudden the whole inside of your body's cooked, so you can't even keep a bottle of water, and you just sweat it out. So I'm trying to, like, read that shit outside of the door, and I had to, like, read it, like, 10 times. But they make it a point. Like, that's all I was saying, is they're like...
I didn't even know that was there. When the hell did I
That's
get
new.
That
Oh,
has
it's
to
a
be
brand
new,
that's
yeah.
brand new.
Because I went
So-
in the sauna today and I didn't see that shit, so
yeah,
I must not have paid attention.
It's outside the sauna.
Like,
Like, where you put your bag, almost, like, on that wall, like, if you're
okay.
walking toward the sauna.
I'll have to fucking check that
So-
out, motherfucker.
That shit made me laugh, but,
That's hilarious.
one of the things that just killed us is this dude would come into the fucking sauna and he would take up one of the whole sides of the sauna and he would sit there butt naked, spread fucking eagle right at you. And like just make it uncomfortable, like not even, and like as people would come in, he wouldn't like move.
No, he would just
He
sit there
would
butt ass
lay there.
naked.
He would bring in a blanket.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a blanket, it was a towel.
Oh,
so
it was
he,
a towel.
He would put a towel down just so his
No.
ass wouldn't stick to the fucking
For a
wood.
few times he brought some of those, do I have it in here? You know the hippie towel, like they make the hemp sweatshirts out of that look like that, the beach towels? The beach towels.
Yeah.
He had one of the fucking beach towels in there one day. Not towels, the beach blankets. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The fucking, yeah. He had one of those in there, and that's what he was laying on, and he was laying like the bitch from fucking Titanic. That's getting drawn when Rose was getting drawn. Like, you fucking
His fucking
laying.
leg up and shit.
Yeah, bro,
His
and not
fucking
like
dick wagging
not
in the air.
like with your leg up. Like if we're on this side, not with your leg up, like blocking your shit. Like with the other leg up, like with the backdrop, like this is my wiener with the backdrop. Like what the fuck, bro? And like so, like four dudes, we come in, and I don't know. It's one of those things where like you have to be prouder than the moment. Because when you walk in, you can't just turn around and walk out like a little bitch.
Yeah.
You gotta own that shit,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So you gotta go in and you gotta sit down like you're not fucking my day up. I gotta do my workout and I'm doing my sauna.
Yep.
So four of us are on the fucking long bench all together.
Like
Because nobody, because he won't move, and ain't nobody sitting on the part of the bench that's in front of the top part,
Yeah,
because
so-
he's laying on the top part, and like,
You don't want his balls fucking splattering against your back.
bro, he did this shit. The first time he did it, he was when you first walk into the fucking door, which you can see through. And I opened the door, and he was completely fucking spread wide open like this. And he was like, just staring at me. And I was just like, like what the fuck? And I remember the only reason I remember this is because you came in
Right
not
after.
fucking 5 minutes later and the same exact fucking you made the same face. Like I wondered what I looked like when I walked in, and then I didn't wonder because like you're a bigger version of me. When you walked in, you made the fucking same face, and I was like, oh, that's what I looked like when I walked in. All right, cool. And then you just looked at me like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's so
So
disgusting.
then old boy leaves. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that's how I felt. That was bullshit. So yeah, then old boy leaves. So then Tim comes in. He's the guy that works at the gym. He's the manager. Great guy. Tim comes in, and he says, "Was the guy naked again?" And we were like, "Yeah, bro. The fucking guy keeps coming in here butt naked. What the fuck?" So I've told him multiple times. And he pretty much just waves his wiener at me. It's like, well, what the fuck? Kick his ass, you little And he's just a little stocky motherfucker. Like, I feel like, yeah, that's not I wouldn't want to do that. So, yeah, but I haven't seen him. What did I tell Tim that day? I said, I got to play for this guy. Yeah. I'm coming in with an ice bowl, cold bottle of water next time, and if he's spread eagle like that, I'm going to pretend to trip, and I'm squeezing the whole bottle of water right on him. And, like, I don't think Tim knew what to say, because I think in his head he was like, yeah, but he was like, I'm the manager. I can't condone this type of shit. Somebody's going to die in this.
He didn't say a word. He just sat there.
And I made sure, because I remember I was like, I'm fucking serious. I said that shit. I will fucking squirt you with a bottle of water. Put your dick away, bro. I'm trying to get my sauna on. I can't breathe with the dick hair going on.
I didn't tell you one time. I was going to tell you about this. It was so fucking awful. This was before the Tim conversation. So I was sitting in there, and I lay out in there sometimes when nobody else is in there. I'll lay out there and stretch out my back.
Yeah, but you're clothed.
Yeah, I'm clothed. I have my hoodie on, so I'm extra sweating. So, like, there's nothing showing there. No cock, no arms, no nothing.
That hoodie must smell terrible.
Oh, it does. That's why it's got to get washed every day. But anyways, I'm laying there. And then I hear the door open. I don't think nothing of it. Somebody else is coming in. I'll get up in a minute. I don't want to, block, like, being considerate.
Oh, it's Dick Van Winkle.
Oh, it's even better. I hear the door come up again, so I'm like, all right, let me get up. And I look to my left, and his fucking legs are spread open right in front of my fucking face. Not even joking. Right in front of my fucking face. Both legs right in the path of, like, I was laid flat, and I turned to my left, and his fucking legs are spread open right there, and I see his fucking package right there, and I'm like, really, dude? Like, and he had his headphones in or something. He didn't hear me, but I was like, really, dude?
Oh, he came in, so you were on the dark side.
Yep.
And you had your head toward the corner of the L.
To the corner, yep. I had myself, like, catty-cornered, so, like, I wasn't taking up as much space, so somebody could sit on either side of me.
Oh, you learned a valuable lesson that day. You put your head on the other end.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, no bueno.
Yeah, it was fucking disturbing. Very fucking disturbing. I'm like, this motherfucker, really? Why would you put your shit that way,
what a motherfucker!
Yeah.
He did it on purpose.
Oh yeah, I know he did. He's fucking nasty motherfucker.
That would have been right when I just reached over for the bottle of water. I boop, fucking him with the old colonic real quick. The old frosty Arctic colonic fucking doubled down on him like semisonic.
That was fucking
horrible. That guy is so gross, bro. But my wife tells me that the girls are in the yoga room or in the hot, or they think it's fucking hot yoga in the sauna.
Also, they're over there doing stretches and shit.
So, like, two bitches will be in there just, like, stretching out across the whole thing. You can't even get in there.
Oh, what the fuck?
I told her you should just go in and... I was like, just go in there and fart. Like, just go rip a big fart right in there. Or just go in and pour a bunch of water on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I said they will go out so quick.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody's pissing me off in there, bro, I don't care. What are you going to tell on me?
Yeah, that's
I'll be like, he's lying. I swear to God, I will look you right in the eye and be like, he is such a liar. and those people love me at that place. Yeah, they won't. Fucking guy showed me how to flip the switch to turn it back on underneath it. Like, he ain't gonna get mad at me. Like, what a liar. I would never do that.
I would never.
Me? Tim.
You know me, Tim.
You know me, Tim. I got the naked guy out of here, bro. I told you. I hated that fucking gym for the first, 2 years we owned this house. I hated it.
Really?
I despised it, bro. I couldn't stand it.
Because it's so busy?
Yeah, and, I think at the gym that I used to go to, I felt a little bit more comfortable. I felt like I was doing a lot of calisthenics before and walking on my hands, and then I went to this gym where it's EOS, where everyone's on steroids. So I'm constantly looking around like, what the fuck? That guy's 74 years old and he is ripped.
Dude, fucking jacked.
He's just drinking steroids. He's not even shooting them up anymore. He's just fucking drinking them. And so I didn't like that. And then the chicks, I swear to God, one day I'm doing pull-ups and this chick comes over and she's like, can I jump in with you? And I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. She starts racking out 20 pull-ups, and I mean real good pull-ups. And I'm at the point I'm already on my second or third set of doing 10. So like I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Like,
You're like,
fucking, you're making me look like a little bitch. And she was like ripped too. She was. And I was
Fucking
like,
shredded.
fuck this. I don't want to do this no more. I'm out of here.
Was she short?
She was like my height. She
Oh,
made
okay.
me look bad, for sure. Like I was definitely. I was like, I don't know if she's like hitting on me right now, or she's like trying to make me her bitch.
Definitely.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working. Like
100%.
it's not working for me. I gotta get out of here. Like, you know, she might find out my last name's Dyke. This isn't gonna be good, bro. This is the Bernie Dyke show. So yeah, but then I don't know. I don't know when that changed. Like, I think it's when I just said fuck it, and I just started. I think it was when I switched to mornings.
Yeah, mornings is a lot more chill crowd.
But you gotta get up early.
You do. You gotta get your ass out of bed.
Like my alarm's on 5:30.
5:30, nice.
Yeah, 5:30. I typically don't get up at it, but I do. I know. I get up. I let her get up first so she can go do her thing. Because the problem is if I get up with her, she wants to talk, or like we just have to interact. And then like
It's wasting time.
she goes, yeah. Well, because then she goes to work, and then I'm like, well, then I should have just fucking laid in bed, and then got up and gone to gym. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. And so and then I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to get up at 5. I'll get up at 5. I'll beat it. I'll be out before she's even up going.
Yeah, but you gotta get up
It was cool, though. I was cool with that. That wasn't even a big deal. She goes, well, you're ruining my last 30 minutes of sleep.
Because your alarm?
And I was like, but that's bullshit because I'm staying in bed for the 30 minutes. Like, no. I don't want to do that. So now it's summertime though. I got to get up earlier because we open earlier. In the winter we don't open until 7. So now we open at 6:30. I don't have to like. I'm not trying to like ride up on somebody at 6:30 in the morning. Like, hey, you want to do a sales call at 6:30? Like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. But I like to type my emails. I like to be like by 7:30. Oh, I'm available at 6, 5. Like that fucking this phone is always on. So like I will if a guy it's 11 now. No. don't man. Go to bed, man. Go cuddle up with your wife or your pool pole.
I fucking got a text from a fucking customer at like midnight the other night. I'm like, what the fuck?
I will be like, I'm discontinuing your service.
Yeah, like, what
You're fucking shut off.
Yo, why the fuck you texting me at midnight, bro? Like, really?
Bro, did
What
you
the fuck think this is?
you know you want to hit him with that drop kick like what Arnold almost got taken. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that shit. That was great.
Why?
He just got moved though. He didn't really get. He didn't get dropped.
He was more concerned that it fucked his Snapchat up.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
He was like, "My Snapchat." I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Dude, you just got fucking dropped like the double barrel drop, not like drop kick like what the hell, like Liu Kang shit. No, you were drop kicked like I'm fucking giving myself a concussion, drop kicking you really quick, like, and you know them dudes whomped his ass when they got him
You could
out.
see it in the background. He was getting his ass beat down. He
bro.
was screaming shit.
They put the
That's
choke
hilarious.
on him,
They
dude.
choking the fuck out of him.
Like,
Great.
I wanted to see him put him in like, you know, like the Lion Tamer or like the Boston Crab or like get him in a figure 4 real quick and be like, Arnold, you want to punch him in the face?
Hold him for Arnold so he can get
Fuck.
some free shots in.
Why are you trying to kick Arnold?
I don't know, man. He was saying he wanted a free something, and then like that's what somebody said in the story. It's like he wanted something free, and Arnold kind of like ignored him.
Yeah, he
So
like
he's
came
like,
up
"Fuck you,
to
Arnold.
he
I'm gonna
came
drop
up to
kick
the
your ass."
time. Yeah, what are you doing, man? People just out here thinking they can do anything. Like
Just because they're a celebrity.
back in the day, you couldn't do shit like
Oh
that.
shit! Back in the day, you wouldn't even get close to him.
They
You would've
just
been
shot
over
him.
there, Yeah.
They just fucking like, oh, you were cool.
Oh, I gotta tell you about that little story that I had before coming here.
Oh,
So,
the taco spot?
Yeah, the taco spot.
Yeah,
So
it took you fucking 78 minutes to
Yeah.
fucking get here.
Yeah, it was insane. So I'm on my way. So there's a little bit of a story to this fucking taco stand. So it's about maybe 1.5 miles from my house, so not far. My son's therapist recommended it to us a couple days ago. So we went there the first time. I went there and just picked it up for me and my girl, my son. Picked up some food, and the owner looks so familiar to me, and I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere. That face, like, I know him from somewhere. Where the fuck do I know him from? It's whatever. I'm like, you know, I get the food. He's like super friendly, and I'm like, he's very impressionable. I know him from somewhere. I know his face. Like, he's like, oh, hola, amigo. You know, like one of those like, you know, real super over the top friendly guys. Anyways, I get home and I'm talking to my girl about it. And I'm like, I know where I fucking remember him from. She's like, from where? And I'm like, I was his fucking manager at Jack in the Box. I was the store manager at Jack in the Box, and this motherfucker, I hired him to do maintenance. And maintenance at Jack in the Box is basically you go and spray wash the like the outside, like you clean the sidewalks, you scrub the sidewalks, clean the menu boards, you do maintenance. You put up the truck, if anything's wrong with the machines, you clean the machines. Like that's literally your job, maintenance. This guy didn't do shit. He was a lazy piece of shit. I hired him at more money than he deserved, and I was on this motherfucker. He came in out of uniform, late. I'm like, you need to find another fucking job, dude. I fired him after a week, but I remember him because he made such a good impression when I interviewed him. And then I put it all together when I was at home, and I told my girl, and she was like,
Did
really?
he own the spot, or was he just working?
No, he's the owner. He's the owner of the taco shop.
What
That's the
happened?
funniest fucking thing. And I was just I wanted to say something to him today when I went there, but he was so busy and he was so behind.
He hit the come up, bro.
Oh yeah, he definitely did his thing because
He was probably one of them dudes that was skirting around to all the other people's spot with the tamales and the what the fuck are they in the cooler. When they all just roll up hey, tamale, you're like, you got tamales right now? And you're like, yeah, we got the tamales.
It's a fucking small world, man. It's wild that happened. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, this guy?
That is cool, though. Was the tacos any good, though?
Man, tacos are bomb as fuck, actually. So, of the taco shops I've been to, it's probably the best I've been to in years in Arizona. In years. That's how good they are.
Where is it at?
It's in El Mirage, so it's, I forget the name of the place, but it's in old El Mirage, in the ghetto part, where you look you feel like you're gonna get robbed when you go in there.
That's what the best tacos is always.
Yeah.
Always, you smell, what's that? Is that gun? That's gunpowder. And carne asada. Let's get the tacos. We got the tacos. Get the lime juice.
It's fire because it's a little tiny little spot, but it's so funny because he's always there because he's the owner, and then he just has one girl that's his employee. But when I came in today, he had 4 employees, and he was getting shitted on. There's 20 people deep in there. I was like, fuck.
My taco spot on the other side of town. I got to be friends with the guy, Sergio, or I probably shouldn't have said his name, but I got to be friends with him. Yeah, I got to be friends with this guy, and he had this crazy scar. And the more I got talking to him, I found out a lot about him. One day some stuff kind of got weird, and we were talking, and somebody was getting a little crazy by the door, and he walked over by the soda machine and grabbed a 40 cal off the top of the soda machine real quick, and I was like, oh shit, man, that's why these tacos taste so damn good over here.
Gunpowder.
Got the gunpowder on them, and the mesquite and the gunpowder, you just pa, you get a little flavor. But they were the best carne asada tacos in town. I'm telling you right now, they were my favorite. Salsa bar was the best. It was 99-cent street taco. And then I find out that him and his brother were or his brother was involved in the Fast and the Furious thing where they had the guns.
Importing guns, yeah.
And then the mark was from being kidnapped.
Oh shit.
And they had blindfolds on these dudes for multiple days, and when they pull a blindfold tight on you, tight, they don't give a shit about you, it cuts into the skin on your right here, and so it was scarred.
Oh shit.
It was wild, bro. This dude was wild. You ever seen a gold AK? I've seen a gold AK, bro.
I have actually.
I was
it's
just
funny you're mentioning
this
that.
is so
he's
weird.
gotta have some cartel fucking.
Yeah, I didn't ever hang out with him or talk because he had he was doing some other stuff, bro. I came to the conclusion that the taco spot was not really for tacos.
Nah.
And I was like, oh, cool, man. All right, cool. Yeah, we shouldn't be friends. I'm going to delete this number out of my phone. Mr. FBI agent listening on my phone. Yeah, I don't know this guy.
Yeah, seriously.
He had good tacos, though, man. The taco spot, that was gunpowder, man. A little mesquite and gunpowder. That's the key to a good taco.
Ingredients.
Did you watch any of the game tonight, the Toronto game?
I did. I saw the end. It was a real good end.
Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard, man.
Guy's an animal. It was what was it? All the Sports Center guys and everybody were talking all that shit oh, no, they're done.
Yeah, they
They're
were
done.
They're like, oh, the Greek Freak is, you know, the best player in the league right now. He's taking LeBron's spot. He's gonna rule the East. And then look what happened to him.
He looked at it and said, "Wait, what did you say?" I said, "Oh, you down 2-0."
They were saying Kawhi's hurt, so he's gonna start playing like shit. And look how he came through.
He was like, "Oh, y'all losers, man!" He came in on y'all. He busting them up, and part of me, I don't know if you think Toronto's good enough.
Oh no, hell no. Nobody's gonna beat the Warriors this year. The way Steph's playing right now,
I thought the Celtics were going to be the only team that had the team
the
to
team
beat
to do
them,
it.
but they weren't playing together.
No.
But they have the team
They had a talent
to be able to do it. But everybody else, they don't. I don't think they got the depth.
And Steph's just playing out of his mind right now. Steph Curry is just...
Yeah. Like
And
my wife and I
Draymond.
talked about this though the other day. It's like, what's up with your family, bro? Why you gotta make Steph and Seth? Cut it out, man. Cut it out. Y'all are some pretty people. You're pretty. You didn't need to do that to the world. Like, good people. Steph and Seth, you fucking assholes. You knew, like, and then you're just gonna be talented. Like, I'm
Both
telling
of
you
them,
right
yeah,
now,
that's insane.
that game that they lost at the end, like, where Seth he was ripping it up. Dude, all they needed to do was feed the ball to Seth.
Yeah.
In that game, he was all over his brother. He made some big steals. He'd hit like 2 3-pointers in a row. And they were like avoiding him like the fucking plague. And it was making me crazy because it was like, just give him the ball.
Yeah, he's killing it. Just throw him the ball. Let him shoot it.
And they couldn't, they were just, and Portland really hurt themselves in that sense. But I don't think they were the team either.
No, they weren't the team to take them down.
No. And that's why I'm bummed that Boston got knocked out. But I'm partial, obviously. I'm a Boston guy. So, but I'm also, I was also partial to my Game of Thrones. And I'm gonna tell you right now,
That was the most disappointing thing of all time.
bro, those dudes were writing it. I feel like at the end, I feel like the first 5 seasons, maybe 6, were written with one of those really nice feather pens with the ink well, just fucking stroked out a story. And then these pricks got a hold of one of those pens. Remember the pen back when you were in middle school that you could click down the different colors down the fucking side of the pen? These assholes got one of those
Highlighters and
pens
shit.
and they fucking were we're gonna write the first chapter in pink and then we'll make this next one in green. It was the worst writing. We were tolerating it for the last year or 2 years, 3 years, whatever. It's not too bad.
Did you do the petition?
No, I didn't want to get all into that because I'm not going to let it get to me, that bad. But because I've already come to the conclusion that that's not the end of the show.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna do prequels. And
No, that's not the end of the show for me.
What
No,
do you
fuck that. I'll wait till old boy writes the last
Oh,
2
yeah.
books, and I'll buy those things on Audible or on audiobook, and I'll listen to them, and that'll be the end of the fucking show for me.
Yeah.
I'll take some DMT. I'll listen to it. I'm gonna visualize all of it on my own. I don't know where we're getting DMT.
Have you done DMT?
Have you tried DMT?
I have never.
What about elk steaks? Have you had elk steaks?
Nope.
Me neither. Well, I have elk. I've had elk, but I've never tried
Fucking
DMT.
Joe Rogan.
Fucking Joe Rogan. I've done the sauna though.
Yeah, for sure. The sauna's the way.
I never did DMT. I've never by the time I heard of it out here, it was funny because I heard of it out here, and you could get it. You could order a tub of that shit. That's what's got me all messed up. Well, why can't you find it now? If there was tubs going around, I know it's illegal now, but there was you could just order a tub of that shit off the internet for $15.
You used to be able to get that shit on Amazon.
For $15, yeah. Now you can't get it.
No.
I'm pretty sure even drug dealers I don't even know. Joe Rogan mentioned it. You can't
It's
get
gone
your
now.
hands on that shit now. But then now, you gotta sign up and go do one of those spiritual.
Yeah,
I don't wanna sign
spiritual.
up for some
Yeah,
shit.
I ain't trying to do that.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
If you do it, I'll do it.
I'm kind of down for a DMT trip.
I would do it if it was legal. If it's not illegal, if I'm not breaking the law, if I go to a shaman, we do some ayahuasca or ayahuasca. Or
Yeah.
whatever,
Ayahuasca.
I'd do that shit. I mean, I did enough. I had fun when I was a kid.
See, I've only smoked weed. That's all I've ever done.
Not what?
Weed
Yeah.
and
Everybody smoke weed. That's good for you.
weed and alcohol is all I ever did. But I never did I never did acid or mushrooms, none of that shit.
I mean, never did acid. It's crazy. I grew up in a small town in New Hampshire. hippies.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know what they were. Cows. I don't know. They were talking. They would do weird shit. No, I would do the DMT shit though. Like, I'm curious. I want to know. I want to know what the, you know. This ain't killing nobody. Nobody died from a DMT trip.
Yeah.
A lot of people die from that alcohol every day.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Alcohol poisoning or shit. My fucking uncle killed himself from alcohol.
Yeah, hey, look, my brother. I haven't got into it yet on this podcast, but his birthday's coming up here real soon, and you know, man, he took his own life, and I would credit about 99.9% of it to booze. I mean, you know, this shit is it's a wild drug, and we're gonna look back. It's funny because we're gonna look back at shit like weed. And it's already happening right now where they're making marijuana legal in so many places, and you're seeing, you know, there's still people locked up for selling ounces of weed. Like ounces, like there's people, you can go buy ounces now. That's not even that's not, but because you sold 2 ounces, you were considered you were just selling it, whatever it was.
Yeah, you're distributing.
So now you got these fucking kids that go and say, I don't sleep well and my back hurts, and they spend $300 and they give them a card and they're allowed to buy 2.5 ounces every 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's like, but there's a dude that was taking care of his family, he's locked the fuck up over less than that, over fucking 3/4 that he had in separate bags. But if you go buy 3/4 from a dispensary that are different fucking kinds of weed, you're gonna get it in 3 different bags.
Yep.
You're probably gonna get it in fucking 6 different bags if they sell it to you in 8s. So, why are these guys still in jail? Anybody that's in jail in a state, unless they were over like pounds of marijuana, you shouldn't be in fucking jail anymore. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy. And we're gonna look back now, like, even people from our generation, like, you know, we can have this conversation and say, oh yeah, we've smoked weed, we've tried it, people try weed, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
No.
Like,
not at all.
that CBD shit is amazing. So, but if we're outside of this environment and we don't really know everybody around us, we might not admit.
Might mention it right away.
Yeah. The next generation doesn't give a fuck. They're like, what are you talking about? That's weed. Ow, that's weed. I would be more embarrassed to tell somebody I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's how that next generation is going to come up, and they're going to look at us like, look at these fucking weirdos. Fucking scared to admit they smoked weed. You're an idiot. Those energy drinks you're drinking are worse for you than the weed. Like, they're literally going to look at us like we're crazy, bro.
No, I actually had a customer, he was talking about his medical marijuana card with his daughter with him, who was like 15. He's like, I know what you guys be doing. He goes, I heard about it. You guys go to your bathrooms at school and you hit on those vape pens and
Fuck yeah.
blow it into your shirt so the smoke doesn't come up. And I'm like, damn, yeah, they're
Dude, if we had those vape pens in high school, oh my god, I'd be a straight A student.
Yeah, seriously.
I would have never gotten any trouble. I would have been just high, like in class. Like, I'm just high. Like, just, yeah.
You'd actually been able to tolerate it. Shit.
I would have sat still. I wouldn't have been fucking with everybody. Like, you don't understand. It's like, here, teacher, take a hit of meth real quick, and then try to sit still. For real though, like, take a small hit of like Adderall or Ritalin. Like, that's why when people get their hands on Adderall and Ritalin, they're like, oh, I got ADHD. Oh, I love Adderall and Ritalin. Get me going. Because you don't have you don't have ADD. You don't have ADHD. That's why it's making you fucking crazy. Because you don't have it. You know what happens when I take that shit? I would never take one of those things before we did a podcast. I wouldn't fucking say anything.
You'd be fucking
I'd be a mute. I would fucking sit here and just be like, oh, that's cool, man. Tell me more. Like, the fuck, I can't. I tried taking it. I've tried multiple times to take it because there's a lot of times that I do need to chill out, and I hate it. I hate the headache. I see dudes that have been taking that and Ritalin since they were kids, and they're all fucked up, and they admit it. They're like, dude, wish I never took the shit. I wish my parents did what your mom did and said, no, you're not taking that shit. You're going to be fine. And as I got older, I got my hands on it, and I got the ability to take it, and I could talk to doctors and stuff, but, bro, it's gross.
I've never had any of that stuff.
It is fucking disgusting. And what's even more disgusting is when I take it and I realize, oh, this is what you guys feel like normal. Like, oh, we can just chill. It can be silent in this room. No, it fucking can't be silent in this room ever, bro. I can't have silence. Like, I can't. My body is like on, like it's like one of those horns where you stop doing it and it's like whoa. That's how, like, as soon as silence goes, that's that fucking thing in my body starts doing that, and I'm like, yeah, like I gotta yell, dude. I can't sit still. That's why music used to be good. Now the audiobooks, I just listened to one of Graham Hancock's.
Oh yeah, that'll get you going.
I did.
That podcast you do with Joe Rogan was really
Podcast was good. I just bought. Oh, it's not gonna be in here. Shitting me. Please. I think it was like Mystery of the Gods or one of his books, but audiobooks are here. Fingerprint of the Gods.
Oh yeah. That was
It's
like
good.
one of his first books.
It was his foot, yeah. So it's good, bro. I'm almost done with it. I've been going to about one audiobook a week. So that's kind of that's new to me. I've been doing that. That's kind of a nice little thing.
Well, when you're driving for work, don't you? Is that when you listen to it?
Once a week, or one whole book a week, typically. Yeah, I do in the truck. And man, it's made me feel a lot better. Like just thinking, like not listening to rap music or any music all the time is definitely a nice little change.
The only time I listen to music actually is when I'm working out. It's the only time, because otherwise, I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook all other time.
That's kind of how I do it now too. I give it all breaks, and it's definitely made it better.
Keeps your mind stimulated.
Back to Game of Thrones. Back to these fucking pricks with the pen, because this should be called the ADHD podcast, the way I fucking bounce around this shit like a bouncy ball.
Oh shit.
Oh, I know that didn't just happen.
Shut up.
No way, bro.
That was a hard reboot.
Why, though? We just lost fucking an hour worth of fucking audio.